Manus AI is absolutely wild. It's the most autonomous, most powerful AI agent I've ever seen. I'm going to be showing you some examples of how we built, for example, like games, presentations, websites, directory sites, personal sites, even deployed this whole landing page with videos embedded and really nice designs directly in this video. Plus, I'll be answering all these questions, including how Manus could impact the world, because it's pretty scary stuff. For example, estimates from Goldman Sachs estimate that generative AI alone, including Manus, could displace 300 million full-time jobs globally, with advanced economies like the US, Germany, and Japan experiencing workforce disruption rates of 30 to 50%. But it's not all doom and gloom, because I'll be showing you how to adapt and get ahead of the curve based on what's working for me so far, and how you can actually use this to scale your business and save hundreds of hours instead of worrying about, okay, could it impact you negatively? Some people are asking, okay, if all admin work can be done by the Manus agent, what's left for people, right? The way that I see for people, right, in the future is that this is not a tool to replace people. It's a tool to essentially, what would I say? I would say it's a tool to empower people, right? So, for example, if I could get access to Manus for my whole team, then they're empowered to achieve much more and move much faster, right? That's the difference. So, for me, for example, if I could give my ops manager this tool, and then they can just go off and start using that for analyzing spreadsheets, for link building, or for example, for analyzing our clients' content and giving them recommendations based on that, or even maybe even getting the WordPress login details for our websites, and then getting the AI agent to update and re-optimize some of my pages each day. That's how you empower your team. And the way that I see it is, we're not planning to get rid of anyone on our team. Like, we get the most attention, we test tools, we publish content every single day. Like, we have millions of people that we're helping with AI at this point. And even for us, I don't plan to get, I don't want to get rid of anyone on my team. Like, I want to keep all the humans in my team. But what I want to do is I want to make them 100 times smarter, right? So if you've got a team of 50 people and my competitor have a team of 50 people, and then our team is way more empowered and can move 100 times faster because of technology like this, then we can scale way faster. I don't think the point is to become defensive and to start shutting down things and then to try and trim all the humans that you have. I think it's a case of, like, how can you scale more with the team that you have, as long as you have the right people on the team? And really, it's about educating your team. Like, one of the reasons we actually created this community was not just to help other entrepreneurs and everything else inside the community, but was to actually train our team on how to use AI, right? So they watch back the trainings inside the classroom, they watch back the calls on the Q&A recordings weekly here. If they have any questions, if my team have any questions, like, they can jump on the weekly calls as well and ask any questions that they have. And so it's a really powerful way to not just learn how to use AI, but also to empower your team to move 100 times faster and almost become like superhuman when it comes to using AI. So that's the whole point for me. Is it's not about replacing humans or replacing admin work. It's about making sure that your team is more empowered and can work smarter. They should still be working hard, but they should work smarter as well. Creative Chris says, what do you think about the security using it for sensitive info like APIs, etc.? Yeah, I would be very careful. If this is a Chinese software, check the privacy terms and conditions, just like DeepSeek. You got to be careful what information you plug into there. You got to be careful what you put in. I wouldn't recommend putting any client data in there. I wouldn't recommend putting any confidential information about you or your business or your figures that you wouldn't be comfortable sharing with the world, right? If you really want to be careful about security, be careful with that stuff. And then when it comes to worrying about, okay, maybe the API is used for something that's super expensive, or you get like an unexpected bill, on all of these API providers, for example, like ChatGPT, you can set up a daily limit usage, which means that you won't get overcharged, right? So if you're worried about getting like a crazy bill at the end of the month for all the APIs you're using, just set a limit. Mindspace says, what kind of GPU do you need to run AIs locally? It depends what you're using, mate. So, for example, if you want to use QWQ, the 32B version, I'm on a MacBook Pro M3, and this was super slow for me. It didn't really work for me at all. Whereas, for example, if I use some of the distilled models, that's what I'd recommend for you as well, is if you use some of the distilled models. So, for example, like, there's a distilled version of DeepSeek R1. Those ones are way better, right? Because they're a lot faster, they're a lot lighter, but they still leverage the power of DeepSeek R1 and other reasoning tools like that. So That's what I'd recommend. Some people are asking, okay, is Manus like Windsurf or any other IDE with MCP servers just easier to get started? Yeah, the main thing I would say with stuff like Windsurf, for example, is it's still a bit more technical, right? So if we open up Windsurf, right, Windsurf, number one, again, like if a user who's not technical, has never seen code before, sees a layout like this, they're just not going to understand what they're doing, right? It's going to be too complicated for them. They're going to get freaked out by all this crazy code on the left-hand side. And for 99% of people, they're just not going to use something like this. Whereas if, for example, they go over to Manus and you've got a bunch of templates that you can use, you just have to give it a prompt, like ChatGPT, then that's what's going to work. The reason that people love ChatGPT so much is because it is so simple, right? And it's the same with Apple, right? The simplest solution wins. So, for example, if you have a choice and you're not techie at all, which one are you going to choose? This one or this one? Obviously this one. Right? So that's the biggest difference here. And also Windsurf as well, it's really good. I do Windsurf, but when you look at Manus, it seems to be able to problem solve. So it seems a lot more autonomous and it can just go off and do stuff without you having to give it too much information. So yeah, the point is, like Health and Harmony says, the point is it's easier for a non-tech person to use. Most automation platforms, for example, like IDEs, like Windsurf, like Visual Studio Code, etc., it's just going to be so off-putting for most people to use. Whereas, for example, if you go onto Manus and you just like, boom, do that for me. Okay, create a game for me. Create a SaaS tool for me. It actually goes off and does it. Then that's the difference. Like, I don't know anything about code. I didn't have to look at any code files here. I get a working demo of the game that we just built really quickly and easily, like you can see right here. So that's the biggest difference right here. A lot of people are talking about Devin, but I've never actually used Devin. Maybe I'll do a video comparison in the future, but I've never used Devin. Let's have a look at this. So Devin AI, let's see what we've got here. Oh, it doesn't seem to be loading up for me, to be honest. We'll come back to that later, maybe. Was asking me, like, what's the future of SEO? When you got these AI agents and everything else, one thing that I'd recommend is you watch the Neil Patel interview between me and Neil Patel. It's a great interview. It's on YouTube. You can just search Neil Patel. And we talk about whether AI is the end of SEO, right? And we both agree on one thing, which is with the power of AI, with the power of social media, for example, like some people don't even use Google anymore. They'll use, for example, like TikTok and other tools like that. With the power of these tools, AI isn't replacing SEO, it's increasing the reach of SEO. So like more people are searching for information than ever, more people are curious than ever, and also they get better answers than ever. When you're thinking about the future of SEO, I wouldn't think in just terms of Google. That's the biggest mistake that most people make. Instead, you want to be thinking, okay, in terms of the future, where are we going here? Number one, it's going to be more fragmented, right? So if we look at the old model, and the old way is people just search on Google for information. That is the old way, right? The new way is it's a Google everywhere approach, a SEO everywhere approach. Things are more fragmented, and instead of just optimizing for Google, you're optimizing for every platform. For example, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google, Bing, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc., right? That's the biggest difference right here. So this is the new way. This is the future of SEO. And if you're not thinking about this now, definitely book in a call with us. Link in the comments and description. We have tons of information about this. And actually, if you join, there's a free trial for the SEO Elite Circle. Link in the comments and description as well. If you join this community, we have tons of training on AI and how it's changing. So we've got tons of AI SEO strategies. I get asked these sort of questions all the time on the weekly Q&A call recordings. And there's tons of great information there, including how to diversify your traffic and also how to do YouTube and other lead generation methods. So for example, if you're worried about, okay, are people still going to be using Google? We have loads of different other channels that we get traffic from that you could use as well. For example, for us, like we'll even optimize for school. We have 4,600 members in our free school group, the AI SEO Success Lab. And that's just another way to get traffic. And so instead of just optimizing for Google, which we still do, we'll also optimize for every other channel. Tarek says, how do you upgrade your knowledge and learn new things? How do you manage such an amount of time? The way that we do this, we've actually got a crash course inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So if you go to the classroom and then scroll to the SAP section here, we have all these systems basically, if you start here, this is the key. Start at this point here, and then you'll figure out exactly what you can automate, how you can automate it. The way that I look at it is it's the 80-20 rule, right? So look at where you're spending your time, automate that. And once you've done that and you've saved that time, look at where you spend your time the next month, automate that again. And just rinse and repeat that over and over again. The way that I look at it is it's a positive feedback loop. So if we come back to the whiteboard here, you really want to look at either delegating, eliminating, or automating, right? And so it's a positive feedback loop because, for example, you track your time and that helps you automate. And then once you've automated, you track your time again, and that's going to help you automate the next thing. And this just goes round and round and round. And in the end, using stuff like the AI Profit Boardroom, you're saving hundreds of hours. Now, if your time is worth as a CEO minimum $100 per hour, if you're a serious entrepreneur, then even if you save 1 hour, that role was 100% worth it. And if you, let's be honest, if you automate, for example, Twitter or content creation, if you automate, for example, like drafting emails, and you save yourself time that way, then you're probably saving yourself at least 30 minutes a day, either by you or your team. And so that's the biggest difference here. FL says, what is actually your business? Do you teach how to use LLMs or AI agents? So yeah, we have the AI Profit Boardroom that teaches you how to implement all of the systems that I use to scale my business, like you can see. And then additionally, we also have an SEO agency, right? And the reason that we started the AI Profit Boardroom is because so many people in our audience, especially our clients, were asking for something like that. And so we were like, okay, I didn't want to create it. That's why I only created it last month. But I've been blown away. We've got, 376 members in here. We've got an SEO agency. That's our main business, right? Help hundreds of clients get more leads, traffic, sales with SEO. And then that demographic also is really interested in AI. So we have the AI Profit Boardroom. And then additionally, we also do offer AI automation services using the AI time machine method, right? So this is an AI automation service that you can book in. You can book in a free AI strategy session on this page, link in the comments description. And then from there, you can just hire us to build out AI automations for you. It will cost you $1,500 per month minimum. But basically, if you save 100 hours per month with AI automation, then you've already got back in time. So those are the things really, they all link together, right? They're all very similar. So that is pretty much it. I think we've handled every question someone could ask about Manus and that sort of thing. We've been live streaming for an hour. So thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it as always. If you want a free SEO strategy session, 1-to-1, that shows you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot, feel free to get that on this free link building acceleration session. You'll get a free SEO domination plan. You'll discover the secrets of SEO link building. We'll answer any questions you have, and you'll learn the best link building strategies for your website, along with being able to ask any questions you have on the course. So feel free to get that link in the comments description. And if you want to join the AI Profit Boardroom, prices are literally about to go up. We've got a few hours left, I think, before that'll go up. So make sure you sign up now and lock in your legacy price before you miss out. Comes with all of my best trainings on AI agents and workflows, web automation, email and content automation, social media, Q&A call recordings, SOPs, crash course, etc. And inside the community as well, you can ask 376 other business owners any help or advice you need. So for example, someone was asking about open source Manus this morning. I actually gave them a bunch of help. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to get that link in the comments description. If you do want AI automation services as well, we also do that. Link in the comments description. All right. Appreciate everyone watching this. See you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.